Okay, so this is gonna be a one-off video because I don't normally do training camp videos at all. 'Cause there's a lot of footage out there and whatnot, so I don't really cover that. But it felt like it's been like a year since I've done really any football stuff, and really it's only been 3 weeks. I think is when I did my rankings. I forget. I just did my rankings like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So I just thought, I I need football in my life. I miss football as much as it pains me and makes me depressed in January, which is also because January is a terrible month. And here in Wisconsin and northern hemisphere, if I can talk, it's usually gray skies. Sometimes there's snow on the ground. Other times it's just dead grass, brown grass, and it's just not fun to, it's not summer where it's bright and vibrant. So it's also a reason. I'm way off topic. We're a minute in and I'm way off topic. I'm not even gonna restart. Just screw it. I'm not gonna restart. I'm gonna leave this all in. But I want to do a video just again talking about training camp. So it's day one, just happened today. Obviously, there's OTAs, mini camp, and all that. This past month and whatnot. And now we're right now it's the 27th of July. We have 2.5. Well, we're closer, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks till preseason. I think it's the second week of August or second Sunday of August. So we're closing in. Like we're almost to the season. And the reports today are that wide receivers shocked everyone. Romeo Doubs are fifth round, fourth round, fifth round, but whatever. Late game wide receiver pickup. Really showed out today. Really looked impressive to a lot of people. So there's a lot of people reporting on him. News was talking about it and whatnot. Like he impressed people. So stuff like wide receivers. Obviously, no Watson. He is. It appears it's a leg injury because he has a sleeve on. I think it's his right leg. I think left leg. Right. I forget. I might put a picture up and just show it because there's probably a bunch of pictures going around. So no Watson, but I believe he's the only wide receiver that didn't go, because obviously I think Tanyan's still out. Bakhtiari's practicing. There's this whole thing where what's going on with him. I didn't report on that just because it's training camp. We still have 5 weeks, 6 weeks until the regular season is here, so give them time. We don't need them week one. O-line I've heard has looked decent. There was a practice squad guy who we drafted 2 or 3 years ago that was up playing with the ones. So I guess if you don't know what the ones are basically the starting team. The twos are the backups, and 3 are kind of like practice squad. So to have a practice squad guy, basically a 3 guy, go play with the ones was pretty interesting. I heard that coming out. Obviously, Elton Jenkins is still recovering. He's doing his own thing on the side like David Bakhtiari. So it makes sense why they have some of these practice squad guys, go with the twos, goes with the 3, or with the ones. But I guess I saw people reporting on it, so there was enough stuff there to say, hey, like this guy's doing good with the ones so far. Defense, I heard, was really good. Rodgers was talking about defense, saying they were very good. I put up a little clip today of Rodgers was basically throwing shade, even though he wasn't, because he probably still talks to Devontae. But he says going from one wide receiver Hall of Fame to another is it's going to be difficult, but it'll be an adjustment. So we got a savage Rodgers this year, who, by the way, that man he's bulked up. His legs are thicker, his arms are thicker. Like this man bulked up this offseason. Totally opposite of last offseason where it looked like he got thinner. So that's crazy. Like it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Again, just a lot of positivity coming out. there was less, talking about the defensive side, but that's because, everyone wanted to know wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. So we're all focusing on the offensive side of the ball. So when you have reports of, hey, like this 4th round, 5th round guy is coming out showing, what he's made of and whatnot, coming out looking, well, I don't want to say like a Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, which me personally, I think it's dumb that Goody came out, well, he didn't flat out say it, but he's like, we're rolling with this squad we have, essentially, is what he said. He didn't flat out say, like, we don't want a veteran or whatever, but he said, we're rolling with this squad. And I personally don't like that because not every wide receiver coming out of college and as a rookie is Jamar Chase, is Justin Jefferson, which, again, 2 very recent rookies that have come out and just had amazing seasons. Obviously, rookie Justin Jefferson compared to rookie Randy Moss and whatnot. Jamar Chase is compared to, like some of these top tier wide receivers, especially after preseason where, all they talked about was, oh, he drops the ball, drops the ball, drops the ball. Ended up making it to the Super Bowl. So, I don't like that mindset of, hey, let's go draft the next amazing rookie coming right out of college, and they're ready. Now, there are some that are, and there are some, obviously some of these bigger schools kind of have a better chance of interacting with, NFL players. Like Odell Beckham Jr. still hangs out with, LSU and whatnot. Like there's that whole money thing a couple years ago. But not everyone has, NFL type staff in college to get them ready. So I don't like the mindset of let's just roll with what we have. Let's just roll with the young guys. We have Cobb, who is the veteran leader in the locker room for wide receivers and whatnot. But you got what is it, year 4 Lazard? Is the year 3 Lazard? It's been a couple years. He is, I guess, officially number 1. I guess he's number 1 this year. So Sammy Watkins obviously got injured. He's off. It was I guess a non-football injury or whatever, something like that. So right now, Lazard's 1, which is crazy. Again, we got Cobb. We got, the rookies, which we have not seen Christian Watson do anything yet because, again, he should – the reports are saying that he should be back very soon. So whether that's tomorrow, whether that's next week, whatever, they're saying very soon for him to come out. And I'm just praying people like Amari Rodgers, Javon Winfrey, I'm praying people like those step up in year 2. I don't know. Is Winfrey's been in, I think, 3 or 4 years? He's a name that he's not a rookie. He wasn't a rookie last year as far as I know. But I don't know how many years he's been in the NFL because you don't know some of these players until they're obviously on the starting lineup in the middle of a game and they might make a big play or whatever. Like someone that comes to mind, like Dominic Daphne against the Titans 2 years ago. No idea who he was until he caught a touchdown that game and whatnot. So now, it's just I'm hoping some of these people, like Winfrey, like Amari Rodgers, takes a big leap, this coming season. So I would like a vet. I think Julio would have been perfect. Obviously, Julio just he wanted to ring chase more than anything. He came out and just said that in an interview down in Tampa. He just flat out said, like, hey, I just want to ring chase, so I'm just going to go to Tampa. So, there was chances, but they just didn't like the chances. Rodgers did come out and say, he said, if there is, something happens or whatever, or this core doesn't look good, like, we will go get someone, is what he said, but Goody didn't say anything, so, but Rodgers, again, is going to have some power in that, meeting and whatnot to say, hey, like, go get me a guy right now. So, again, I'm just not super excited about how, this core is built, but we're in training camp. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 6 weeks? Who knows what's going to happen in the next 5 months and whatnot? We could have Christian Watson could be a 1,500-yard wide receiver, 20 touchdowns. Dobbs could be 800, 900, maybe 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns or whatever. Like this, they could come out, and these rookies could just look amazing, like the next Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase or whatever, or they could look like busts or rookies like Amari Rodgers again, who did not look good last year. So it's just I don't want to judge it too hard. Again, I probably should have said that earlier, but it's just interesting to see what is going to happen. Now we're in training camp. We're again 2 weeks, 3 weeks away from preseason, so I can't wait to see Love, because there was some reports that Love was actually having a pretty good day too. Can't wait to see some of these backups. Can't wait to see some of these rookies in action for the first time. I'm looking forward to that defense because, again, talks all over the board of, hey, this is an amazing defense. We just got 2 good first-round Georgia players. Defense got better. I don't want to say we're a top 3 defense or whatever, but there's a lot of good praises coming out of this defense since last year. Joe Barry, I think, did an amazing job. Oops. So I'm hoping hoping our defense is really good. I'm hoping the wide receiver core works out, but I won't be upset if we have to go get someone else. Another Sammy Watkins type player, or type level of player, except hopefully Sammy plays the whole season good and not just week 1 good. So again, that's kind of my thoughts. I kind of went on a tangent about wide receivers and whatnot in this, but a lot of good reports coming out of training camp. Surprised. Well, I'm not super surprised by Dobbs showing out, because when we picked him in, again, I think it was 4th or 5th. I forget what round it was. I really should have looked that up before we started. But when we got him, I'm like, that could work out. He could be a guy that could work out. So to hear people say like he's shocking us all, that's like, okay, well, front office knows what they're doing. But then there's things like, it's like, what about a vet? So I trust the front office this year more than I did in past 3 years or whatever. But there's still some of that where it's like, I don't know. Maybe they should have tried a little harder for another veteran wide receiver. But maybe January comes, we get to playoffs, which I guess I should never say we're going to the playoffs, because again, we could easily fall apart this year. But let's just say we get to the playoffs, and by that time, like, again, Christian Watson has over 1,000 yards. All our wide receivers are going off. Rodgers is looking like another MVP type of season. Our running game's stacked. Our defense is shutting people out. Maybe by the time we get to January, I'm eating my words thinking, oh, why did I say we needed a wide receiver back in August or July when we're here in January and everything's, amazing? So I'm praying that's how it is. But for now, like the video, share the video around, subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.